All right, it's testing the stream.
Oh man,
Someone said Jack in the Box sound bomb right now. I wonder what that means.
I don't know.
Here we go. No, not yet. Soon, I hope. Okay, here comes the ad. Here comes the ad.
See, I think when the ad plays, are like we still live though, or do they see? I don't know.
I don't know. We're live now, though. You sexual sons of bitches.
Yay!
What are you people doing here? It's a school night.
Earth, fire, wind, water.
Mastodon.
With your powers combined, I am Captain. Watch the movie.
How the fuck are you guys? It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna feel right in the hole, on the hole, and around the hole. And everyone gets a party bag to take home.
Oh.
What's up, Vinny, Robert, Andre, RSVP? The sound is good, he says. Thank you. Tommy Gunn, the clown, Vanessa, Clinton, Robert, Lazarus, Bryce, Vanessa, Will, Sutter, Mark, Shottown, Whore.
How many lines of heroin did you do?
Joe McKenzie. Where's the corkscrew, Eric? Where's the goddamn corkscrew? I'm a dead fuck.
A dead fuck.
Oh, man. What's up, Tomo, JT, Luke?
Hey, how you doing?
How's everyone on this smooth Thursday night, Wednesday night, Tuesday? What day is it? What fucking day is it?
I don't even know. I think the alcoholism and then being off work is all. It's just day. It's just like they're like, is it Saturday, Thursday? I was like, I don't know. It's just day.
Time is a
It's
construct.
It's all a lie.
It was all a dream. Tonight, you guys, it's going to be a fun one because we're going to do 3 movie reviews in one night. 3 different Patreon especials happening at one time. As you guys know, there's a tier on our Patreon where we pick somebody weekly. Typically, when we're not in the we pick one person a week and we let them sponsor the show that we're doing, one of our top tier Patreons, and we let them pick the movie review that we're going to do that week. But since everything's so fucked up and we can't do the Wham Video normal show, we decided that we're going to do 3 in one night and just do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I'm sorry, I'm still recovering from the vomit fest that was contracted.
Holy
Whoever
God.
that sexual patron was, I love you. But
Jessica,
you're a nasty fuck.
Jessica Kindle chose contracted. Thank you, Jessica. My stomach does not thank you at all.
Man.
That was the grossest movie I've ever seen.
Dude, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't turn the lights off. It's over. Fuck it. I felt like tantric. I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake down, baby. I felt like that shit going on in my fucking head when I watched that, dude. Like, it was gross as hell.
We got that one to get into. Michael not Scott Stapp, picked Clue, which I've never seen before. The original one starring
movie.
Tim Curry. I never saw it before, dude. It was fucking amazing.
It's one of Tim Curry's best.
Fucking hilarious, man. So
and
funny.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, he's really good.
And finally, Kells picked Creep. Not the Mark Duplass Creep, but 2004 Creep. And it was fucked up in its own right.
Yeah.
A slasher type, monster type.
Yeah.
Horror
it's a creature
type.
feature.
Yeah, on a train. Real fucked
Creature
up.
feature.
Real
Pretty good movie then.
fucked up. All right.
Right in the butt.
Right in there. You got to get it in.
I just want to get the vomit bag out of the room, and I want to do contracted.
You want to do contracted first? That's what I was going to ask. What you want to do first?
Damn, that's fucking gross, man.
Excellent choice, sir. I'll be having my diarrhea in the bathroom.
First off, that bitch said she looked like Janet Jackson. Bitch got out of the car looking like Freddie Jackson. I like that. Oh God. Where to start? Like, basically what happens is this girl contracts a disease, sexually transmitted disease, and her vagina rots off. It fucking falls off with maggots. Oh God. Vagisil 100,000?
You better put some water on that damn shit.
That's creamy nasty. She had the vagini sleemies.
Got that steak dick.
Oh man.
Greg Harris, thanks, man. He sent us a picture of a hot dog. What are you trying to say? Sutter, thank you, man. It says, hey guys, how's everything going? Thanks for these awesome live streams, and thanks for the positive and encouraging words. Mike, love you. Mike and Jay, love you guys. Y'all are awesome. You're fucking awesome, Sutter. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Gillette.
You gotta finish it. I was waiting on you to finish it.
What? The best a man can get? You already said it.
You whore. Senior COD gamer. I don't think senior Call of Duty gamer. Yeah, he's a corn cod gamer.
Did you say corn?
I like fish cod, and I
do you know why? Do you know why corn is great, listeners? They're all ears. They're all ears.
I respect the game, dude. You're taking the dad jokes and tying them in. That's
I
awesome
know. I got to now. I got to, mister.
I used to hate the dad jokes, but now, god damn it, I respect them. There's Buster back there fucking around. He says, "Can you give my girlfriend a Shady Loomis shout out?"
A Shady one?
No, his girlfriend's name is Shady.
I was like, how do you do a Shady Loomis? Like, hey, you want to buy some drugs? Hello, Shady, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going good in your life amongst this goddamn virus thing going around. It's awful. Makes people's breath smell bad and they wind up in the hospital. It's awful. And don't be shady to your man. I know your name's Shady. Hopefully that's not a reflection of your character. Shady. Stand by your man. See, Jarvis is in here. Tracy's in here. She said, holla. Tomo Igoto said, was Jay's ex the star in that movie? She was. You know what? That's exactly how it was like. When that bitch drank boxed wine, she looked just like that bitch.
We used to call her Slow-Mo.
Frogsia.
Oh, fuck me in the twiddles. Vanessa's here. She had a Sonic burger. That's fucking awesome. David Carr, what's up? Chris Hames, thanks, man. He says, thanks for the live stream, gentlemen. Cheers. Looking forward to the Clue review. Why don't you fucking get one? A clue, that
Get
is.
a clue. Get a clue.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. The Packers don't suck, David. You suck. I buy you Honda stock.
No, your breast milk. Yeah, dude. Okay, so contracted. Yeah, pretty much it's about a lady that gets a disease, a sexually transmitted disease. And as the movie goes along, it shows her complete decay as a human being. Like literally, her pets' heads are falling off. Like you see everything. Like you know, I feel like it's a zombie movie, and you see her slowly transforming into a zombie. But like by the end of the movie, she's got rotten teeth. She's got bloodshot eyes, worse than fucking Willie Nelson on a Grateful Dead tour bus. She's got a herpes sore on the side of her mouth, worse than Sherry Moon Zombies.
God.
And like basically at the end of it, she's like every bad mistake you made in a bar at 3 a.m. She's everything rolled up into one, and there's maggots falling out of her vagina.
Oh, dude,
there's maggots, sir.
It's so bad. Maggots. It's so bad.
Know, I just love that one guy was just like, "Fuck it." He was like, I mean, first off, that bitch looked like a crack whore behind 7-Eleven, that meth head, and he was like, I still want to get with it. I still got to get with it.
I need this.
At the end of that movie, like watching that whole, it's decent. It's actually a well-paced, good atmospheric movie, and you do get involved, and you're having, you know, the characters are well acted. It's good, but by the end of the movie, you have to toughen up. Like I felt like I had to call back on my old days. No limit soldier. I thought I told you. Like I had to toughen it up.
She had some real silk.
No limit chain.
She had some real Silk the Shockers going down below.
Yes, she did.
You know
Fuck, I mean? It was fucking a helicopter.
When she spread her legs, it was like make them say ah. No.
Say if you know how those TikTok videos or whatever where you're like mixing stuff in a sink, it's like 1 cup depression, 1 cup dirty, 3 cups Courtney Love, out pops that bitch.
The only way to watch this movie is with your dick sitting in a cup of bleach. That's the only way that you can watch this comfortably.
I wanted to walk around with a Mr. T air freshener necklace.
Dude, yeah, and so then that's how it happens. So she goes to a party and her girlfriend's at home. Her girlfriend, by the way. Wow. Yeah, her girlfriend's at home and she goes to a party and she's trying to become sober, but this girl that likes her gets her drunk, and the next thing you know, this dude comes out and he looks like you can't see the dude, he's like blurred out in the background because she's drunk, but he has the silhouette of a Vin Diesel, which you know is scary already. You know that's already not a place
You
you
gotta
guy
I
you want
got
to
a
be drunk
Triple
around.
H. Like Triple H.
But he's got the voice of like the caller from what was that movie? Starts with a C2, Compliance. He's got that like spooky like sex phone caller voice.
Yeah,
And
he
he's
does.
like,
Yeah.
"Are
Yeah.
you here with anyone tonight? What's wrong with your friends?" And the next thing you know, they're banging in the van. And then the next day, she gets up and like first she gets in the shower and there's just blood running all down her legs. My father's
Dude, there
legs
was
were over there. My
I
mother's
can't
head
think
was
about
over here.
Dude, there was chunky shit in it.
Uh,
It was chunky noodle soup.
Stop.
That's not tomato soup. That's chunky.
Donovan McNabb's mother would never serve that.
Uh,
I
oh,
can't take it.
what have you done?
The whole movie, I was your voice of the head of Pamela Voorhees. I was just watching it, going, I can't take it.
Speaking of the mother, do you know the mother in that was from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
I did not, but she
Yeah,
was
and
a bitch.
Yeah, she was, and then she's also she was in she was the best friend of she was in another big movie I can't remember, but yeah, it was awesome to see her. Like she's a pretty good actress. But yeah, the whole idea about her mother is like disapproving of her daughter's lesbian relationship. She doesn't like that her daughter's a lesbian, so that she is a cunt the entire movie about that kind of shit. And she really that girl just did not have a good support system at all. Like none. The best friend that she had was her fucking doctor, and that's it. It's like, man, give me some Percocets.
It was so
Xanax.
Dude, it was so weird watching this during the time of the by the way, because her doctor was just in there, like no mask, no nothing, and he was just like looking at everything. He was right in front of her face. He was like doing all that, and all I could think was, dude, put on a fucking N95. Like, just put that shit on, please.
He went deep into her sewer tunnel, and she even told him there was a rash down there, and he's like, let me take a look. You son of a bitch! Oh. Does this make you hard?
But it was like, okay, so you guys remember? It's not following. It follows, right? So that was an idea of like, okay, sexually transmitted diseases are bad for you. They're not good, but it played on that. This plays on that to a whole nother body horror level, man. Like, yeah, dude, like not only like her fucking fingernails, like,
Get out of here with that. Don't you do it.
Take me away, Wayne. But like her fingernails start falling off. Her eyes get bloody.
I can't, dude. I can't. No, dude. Like, and the worst part, oh fucking shit, was when she was brushing her teeth and you could hear the cracking of her fucking teeth falling out. And why they gotta show it? That's what made me mad. I was like, why you gotta do it? Why you gotta do it? Like, I know she's falling apart. I know she's going through a rough time. I don't gotta see it.
In my head, I had to go to my happy place.
I don't want to be a part of this.
I had to start singing Tenacious D to myself in my head. I was like, a long ass fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo. I was just like trying to take myself away.
If I'd been her doctor and she came in looking like that, she was like, you nasty little turd. I got in major pain.
You get out and you don't come back.
Oh God.
It was horrible, man. It was fucking horrible to the 18th degree. If you guys have ever seen Contracted, like, you got to know what we're talking about here. You got to know. April Con, thank you very much. Says, love every video y'all do. Keep it up. We gonna try. Thank you. Alex Mitty 123 says, I've got a raging clue right now. By clue, he means boner.
Maybe you should get Blue to figure out what it is. Blue's Clues. I'll put it in my handy dandy notebook.
Now, why don't you tell someone who gives a fuck? That's what he should have said to her when she came in there. But no, so like, and the whole thing is just her unraveling. I mean, basically, but it's fascinating to watch. Like the practical effects are done amazing, man. Like the way that like that black shit gets on the side of her lip, and like 3 different people kiss her with that shit on her fucking mouth, dude. Like that one girl when they start making out, and then she throws up blood into her mouth while they're making out.
You know, that reminded me of a 40-year-old virgin. It's like, did you have a daiquiri?
Tastes like shellfish.
Did you have a daiquiri earlier? Yeah, why? It's like, I was just wondering. But you know, the weird thing is not only that chick wanted to kiss her, but the guy that came over wanted to kiss her when she had that big old fugaluga on her goddamn lip. That's like, you know what? Some girls can look clean, and you don't know. Like, should I put a hat on my jammy? She looks clean.
The answer is always yes.
But she could always have, yeah, you should. But, you know, you could be like, well, you know, maybe she's clean. I'll just take her word for it. Don't ever do that. But I'm just saying. But this bitch was a walking billboard for Valtrex. She was a walking billboard for Valtrex. And you were like, I'm just going to put my wiener up in it. Like if that shit took place in West Virginia or Kentucky in the southern parts, I'd say, yep, that happens. But this is supposed to be like an uptown, upscale kind of place, and they were just like willy-nilly, let me pull up my paintbrush and put a canvas in there.
Hang on, dude. I have to move the football because Thor wants to lay down. He's pissed.
All right.
Sorry. Here you go. Here. Let's go.
Where's he been spending his nights?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Is it the nastiest movie you've ever seen ever?
No, I mean it's up there. It's one of those movies like I don't know what the nastiest, grossest film I've ever seen, but it's up there, dude. It's in my top 10 for sure. Like as far as like just making you feel very uncomfortable and wanting to put baking soda in your eyeballs and then just go and be in a closet like in Final Destination and guard yourself against all possible entries. Like it's up there. Like I felt very uncomfortable the entire film, and like it's weird too because I was like, it's not gonna get that far. It's not gonna go that far, and then it went that far, and I'm like, I don't know you.
I don't want.
How did you drag me here?
Dude,
why did you do this?
It's one thing when she goes in the bathroom at work, and I felt for her, man. Like I felt really bad for her because like she's getting those sharp head pains while she's trying to work, and she looks all fucked up and gangly. And then like she goes into the bathroom at work, and when she sits there, and that like the thick chunks of stuff started to come out like in the toilet. And then the maggot started to fall on the floor.
If you had told me that, if you were my friend and you're like, hey man, I was shitting. God, why'd you say maggots? Ew!
It fell on the floor. You can see them.
I don't want to talk about it. But if you had called me and told me, hey man, I took a shit and there was chunks of red and I was pooping blood, I'd be like, man, how much Taco Bell did you get? You got the screaming demons. You got the screaming demons.
That's a semi-normal conversation. I mean, it's not normal. Something's wrong. You should get that stuff checked out. But when maggots fall out, and it's worse than the cat. You might have seen in Cabin Fever when she's running the bic on her legs and it starts like. When she's washing herself, it's the same noise. You can hear that like.
Dude, I couldn't. I was like, I couldn't. We were gonna have hot dogs tonight, and I said nope. No. We're gonna have hot dogs on the grill, and I said nope.
Thank God.
No, dude, it was just. Oh God, it was so gross. It was so fucking nasty, and it is a cool flick. It's a cool movie. It's all well acted, and it's not just the decay of her body as the film goes along. It's the decay of her sanity. Like she starts losing her fucking shit. Like she starts losing her mind, as you do when your vagina's falling off with maggots in it.
But she was like Mel Gibson in Signs, running around the house like, I'm losing my mind. It's time for an ass whooping.
That vagina is worse than Carol Baskin's face.
Oh God. Carol Baskin's any day of the week over that, and that's saying something. Yeah.
But dude, it's so gross because when he was having sex with her at the end, he was like, "It's so tingly," because those were the maggots going up your urethra. And that's what they were doing. And then I like the fact that he went in there and used some basic ass hand soap to scrub his pubic hair.
I don't want this.
You just scrubbed your pubic hair, bitch. Dip your dick in a Clorox to take a chance.
That's what happened to you guys. So the whole time this dude's like, and at the first start of the movie, she's beautiful, or everyone's beautiful. Like they're all like young and just like having a good time. And then when she starts to get like her eyes, like she gets that super pink eye. I laughed my fucking ass off, dude. When she's at her dealer's house.
In your mouth.
when she's at the dealer's house and like she takes off her glasses and shows her face, and he goes, I wasn't high enough for that. I was like, fucking.
You know what? I'll bet that's how Marilyn Manson just looks when he goes to a party. Like when he takes his glasses off, he's like, yeah. but yeah, overall, that movie's fucking like really good. And it's only like I think it was like $2.99 to rent on Prime is where I got it. But
this shit was free on YouTube, dog.
What?
You got fleeced.
I hate communists.
It was a red herring. Communism was a red herring.
Thanks, Obama.
But yeah, no, the guy throughout the whole film is like the hardcore friend zone dude. Like he's the nice guy. Like she's like, hey, what's up? He's like, I'm sorry. Like, why are you sorry? And he like really cares about her, but he's too over the top. So eventually when she fucks up everything else in her life and she starts to go crazy and she starts to want to give this to somebody else, she calls him over. And at first she's hiding her face or whatever, and then she's like, they end up starting to have sex or whatever. And just the fact that people are kissing her with that fucking thing on her lip, man. It's
a herpes. She got the herpes burples.
It looked like the thing in the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, right? Like the seconds before any second spiders were gonna start fucking flying out of that thing.
Yeah.
And then
when she took her glasses off and you were looking her dead in the face, and she started leaning in after she was like, I just want someone to care. You're like, I really want someone to care too, but what you need is the care of a physician, and fuck you. I don't want to touch you.
You need Valtrex. You need to shoot it straight into your veins.
You know what I would have done? I would have done 1989 Michael Keaton Batman and hit a fucking like grapple gun and just disappeared with the smoke. I was like,
Ninja vanish.
All you would have seen was my boots.
Straight ninja vanish immediately.
Yeah, that'd been it.
But
what would you give it?
Well, I was gonna say real quick before I give my score. What's fucked up is like when she starts having sex with a guy, like right, and he's like you touched on it for a second, but when they start having sex, he was like, "Do you like that? Is that good?" And she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "It's kind of tiggly." Like it tingles, and like you're like, "Oh God!" And then the next thing you know, he like starts to he pulls out a little bit, and then like. It's not just maggots now, it's full on like caterpillars and shit just like falling out of it onto the floor with chunks of blood.
Stop it.
No, I will not.
Is your fucking pussy a fucking fishing lure with like fucking grub worms on it? What is that?
Set it on fire, burn it.
What is that?
It's so angry. But no, dude, I give it a fucking 8. I give it an 8. It was like I was fascinated the entire time. I was grossed out the entire time. The special effects were top notch. I didn't like where they go in the ending with the zombie shit. I felt like the fact that this was happening to her was enough. I don't feel like they had to go with her biting people's necks and shit. But I give it an 8.
Well, I give it an 8 too. I like the build. I like the pace of it. I like the fact that it's not just a traditional zombie movie, and the fact that you do see the decay of her body as well as her psyche and her mind dealing with it. And imagine if that was you and you're fucked. Like, like something really bad's happening, like your dick's falling off and you don't know what to go and there's nothing for you like to do. Like, obviously I don't like the fact that everybody was clueless in the movie except for the doctor. Like the bitch had goddamn blue veins coming out through her head like she was like Keith Richards at an Aerosmith concert who had just done a line of blow and was trying to play it was in the green room afterwards.
Only Keith Richards could have survived this, by the way. He's the only one.
She had bloodshot eyes, are herpily-burpily on her lip, and she's coughing blood. Her vagina's leaking out worse than the fucking Niagara Falls of blood. And everybody's like, you should get that looked at. You should totally get that looked at. Like, not concerned, really. But otherwise, I didn't mind the zombie part of it. Actually, they made 2 more movies after that. Contracted 2 and 3.
I know. That's what, and Simone sent that in. She said, y'all ready for round 2? I'm like, fuck no, Simone.
No. Hey, Simone, this is like getting punched by Tyson in the fucking first round. Be like, I'm good.
Oh, my
I'm just going to take my $500,000 check and I'm good. He just punched me. Mike Tyson just punched me and my jaw is dislocated. I can't take it anymore. Are you serious? I'm that goofy white motherfucker that was talking shit at the press conference. There's no way. Are you serious?
Jessica Kendall, the giver of this great movie, Patron Especial Jessica. Thank you, by the way, for entering this darkness into our unholy genital area. Thank you, by the way. It says, laughing my fucking ass off, I knew this movie would light up the conversation. And that it did.
It lit up a lot more things. I'm going to get tested every day. Every day.
Flavor Day,
dude, it made you feel in the back of your mind. You're like, God damn, I fucked some nasty skanks. Like, I might, maybe that's that delayed shit. I gotta go. Yeah, I felt like after the movie, I felt like Jim Carrey when he lights his clothes on fire and he runs into the bathroom. He's like, oh God,
can you see what you've done?
It was awful.
If that was me, you'd take one step, one look at that and be like, how do you sleep at night?
It was so bad. I'm taking this.
But yeah, seriously, fuck. That whole movie is just such a mind trip. Jessica,
hey guys,
thank you for bringing that darkness into our lives.
Jessica, yeah. And also, guys, just for PSA, put a goddamn raincoat on your wiener and don't fuck corpses.
No.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
It might be tempting. What? It shouldn't be tempting. But if you're working in the morgue, don't you dare put your wiener in that dead corpse.
He thought about it too. Like he stopped. He was like, "I don't have a condom." She's like, "It's okay."
Of course it is.
Which is what everyone sounds like when they're saying that they don't need a condom. They always have that look on their face, like, "It's okay." Oh. No, don't do it. Don't do it, because this will be you. I'm gonna show this to my girls tomorrow night. I don't care that they're 3 and 10 years old. They need to know. They need to know. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out.
I'm not gonna do that. But you know what? It'd be an interesting strategy for sure. Oh God, I can't take it.
You know what we should have done? So that was the end of like that's like the Royal Rumble, and we were the first one in, and we were the last survivor. We should have started with that one, and we could have worked our way to Clue. Because at least we would have had a happy thing. I watched Clue first. I was like, I got it. And then it was, fuck no, you don't. Oh. You look like Ric Flair on, that had like 1,800 shots before he'd even been in the fucking ring.
You ain't got
my hair.
Shit.
I was doing that shit. I was like, I can't do it.
Oh, it was fucking horrible.
So
Julie,
you pick the next one.
Yeah, okay. Julie says her dog needs a fur cut. Sorry, I didn't mean it was just the word. Thor needs a haircut too. Look at his ass laying there. Yeah, okay, what's the next one we're going to go with?
I picked this one, so you pick the next one.
You
pick it.
You pick it, I stick it. I don't know. I'm sorry for my outburst. All right, let's go. Let's do Clue. Let's save Creep for last. Let's do Clue. You broke up again. You whorish man.
I'll never leave you. I'll never leave you.
Seth, you should put on a condom to watch this movie. Matter of fact, like I said, just get a red Solo cup, put some bleach in it, and just set your balls in it. It's the only way to feel okay.
Yeah, and make sure you drink plenty of Clorox. Don't do
that. Okay, yeah, I need something happy to think about after thinking about that.
Okay, so Clue.
Dude, Tim Curry in this fucking movie, man. Tim fucking Curry, dude. And not only that, you know what? Yeah, everybody, you think of It, you think Rocky Horror Picture Show, like all this shit. But Tim Curry is handsome as fuck. Like,
good looking guy.
He's always, under shit. But in this movie, you can't help but finally notice how handsome he is. And by the way, this one was picked by Michael, not Scott Stapp. So thank you, brother. You're an awesome human being. And congratulations to you, my friend.
Thank you for coming to us, Michael. With arms wide open.
I'll show you everything. But yeah, so dude, you've seen this before. This is a first time watch for me.
It had been a while since I'd seen Clue. I remember so they made Clue, which I never played it a lot when I was a kid. I played I was like Monopoly or you remember Splat and shit. I played games like that, so I never got around to playing Clue. But I remember watching it and I was like, it's pretty cool, but I didn't really know the characters. And it's obviously one of the more famous board games ever. And I had never played it, but then I started, after I watched the movie, I did get a chance to play it a few years later. I'm like, oh, I get it now. And then also I'd seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And he was like, I believe that Colonel Mustard did it in the study with the candlestick. Sorry, Death, you lose. It was Professor Plum. I said Plum. And then I do know, having watched it the first time, I was like, I didn't appreciate it as much. And then watching it again a few years after that, and then getting to revisit it now. Again, it's one of Tim Curry's best performances he's ever fucking put out, and Christopher Lloyd was awesome in it. Everybody was just good in it. I like when they pull up to the mansion and Christopher Lloyd's he's with that girl and she's like, why did you stop? He's like, or why did the car stop? He's like, it's frightened. He's like, it's frightened.
I had no idea it was going to be as fucking funny as it was, man. And they're doing a new one with Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be directed by Jason Bateman. Which I think will be fucking. I think his humor is perfect for it. But yeah, dude, I had no idea it was gonna be this fucking funny. And if you guys don't know, the way they set it all up is it's like a dinner party that they set up. The house looks fucking amazing, which it was a set that they actually built, by the way. That wasn't a house, but the house looks amazing. The way that they set the whole thing up, man, I think this might be the best board game movie I've ever seen, because they actually found a way to integrate the game into it, especially with the ending, what they did there. But the way the whole thing was set up, man, with the different rooms, the different people, and they're all there because they're being blackmailed by one guy. That guy was a horrible fucking actor, by the way. Mr. Body.
I think he was meant to be, though.
I think he was, but he looked like it looked like they cast Alec Baldwin and he just couldn't show up that day. So they did the thing from like Meet the Parents where they just spray painted the cat's tail. Because it looks like someone just like spray painted his hair and told him to act like Alec Baldwin. Even his voice would sound like it was dubbed.
He was the Baldwin that no one knew about, Robert. He's the Robert Baldwin of the movie.
I literally thought that. I was like, well, there's so many Baldwins. You could have just gotten another Baldwin at that point.
Yeah,
but anyway,
everywhere.
Baldwins aside. Yeah, man, it's so fucking funny. Like it's not Leslie Nielsen slapstick funny, but it almost is. But it's that, but a little bit more clever. You know, like the jokes are fucking hilarious.
Well, and you know, you can watch it with your kids, but it's got highbrow enough shit that adults can enjoy it too. Like, you know, and like they'll make jokes that kids probably won't get, but kids will laugh at the falling over and shit like that. But like the part where he's like, "I will expose him." It's like, not right now. There's ladies present. Shit like that. Like, and then there's one where I like Tim Curry. Like, dude, Tim Curry wasn't just a great, like, he had comedic timing down to a fucking perfect science, but he was also great, like, slapstick as far as, like, he'll take bumps and fall and shit. Like, dude, I laugh like a motherfucker when he like gets in the trap door and he's like, "What is this? Another door?" Oh, and he turns it on. It's a fucking shower.
And then at the end, when he goes through, like, he gets to really chew the scenery and go off for a few minutes at the end there when he's like running from room to room and like explaining how it all happened and man, like he was acting the fuck out of that. Like I don't think a lot of people probably appreciate that. I know it didn't do that great at the box office, but his performance, the entire movie was great. But the way he let loose and just like went fucking Nicolas Cage, not stupid, but like Nicolas Cage rage style, like just letting it off the handle.
Nicolas Cage that could act on theater.
Yeah, like theater Nicolas Cage. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And Tim Curry was fucking great in that movie. And dude, Milo from fucking Airheads was great in this too. Where you going, you little butt nugget? Did you notice that was Milo?
Oh, that was Milo. Oh,
yeah.
Mr. Green.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy,
Mr. Green,
man.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, the homosexual from the senator or whatever. Yeah, he was like, when they were like laying out all their blackmail stuff, he's like, "I'm a homosexual, and that's what I am." And you saw Tim Curry's face. He's like, "I didn't say anything." Like, dude, they're just subtleties about this movie that are really good that came out of it, and it's so fucking wonderful to see Tim Curry like being able to express all those different abilities that he has. Not just like facial. You can like he tells a story with his facial stuff and. I don't know, man. Like it was fucking awesome, and also, you're talking about the ending. You get like multiple endings. You get the true ending, but then you get multiple endings, which I think is great. Like I think that's cool as fuck too.
Yeah, at one point I was almost getting pissed. I was like, wait, what the fuck? They did this. They straight up did the Wayne's World. And I was watching it with Katie, and she was like, "Did you not? It's Clue. What'd you expect?" And I was like, "I don't know. I thought that was the fucking end of the movie. It was pretty good at that point, but the way it ended was even better."
I like he was like, "It's just like the Mounties. We always get our man." He's like, "Mrs. Peacock was a man."
He smacked the shit out of him.
And then I like Christopher Lloyd too, because Christopher Lloyd was like, when Miss Scarlet was talking about the fact that she ran a bordello basically, and would have these women and be your companion for the night. Professor Plum was like, "Do you have that number?" He started writing it down, and then
he was a horn dog.
And then Miss White or Mrs. White, she was like, they were looking at the film strips, and she's like, "No one can get in that position." He's like, "Of course you can. I'll show you."
Dude, it's hard to even like pinpoint the great moments in the movie because they were all so fucking good. Like everybody, and like the cop came in and he was funny as fuck. Everybody was so clueless and like, ironically, no pun intended, but everybody was so fucking clueless and just dumb the entire movie that you just kind of loved everybody. When he smacks the shit out of her. When she thinks she drank the brandy poison or whatever, and she's like, "I'm freaking out, I'm gonna die," and he fucking he laid back and smacked the shit out of her, and then everybody looked aghast at him, and he was like, "Well, I had to quieten her down. What do you want?" And then when Tim Curry brought her back around at the end, and he was recreating the whole thing, and he fucking smacked her again, I almost lost my shit, man. It was
you heard that part where he was like at the beginning when they were all in the study and they're trying to figure out things, and he was like, "You're trying to make me look like an idiot in front of all these people." He's like, "You don't need any help there, son." He was like, "That's right."
there's, there's so many good points there. It's almost impossible to pick a favorite scene for that movie, and it never got old either. Like it just continued on to fucking, and they pinpointed the slightest awkward things about like, and honestly, it's a really good movie to watch during the quarantine because it's a dinner party and it's something we all can't do right now. But it's all these people trapped in a house together, and the way they did certain things, like where they would all go, they would all have to move across the room, but they would bump into each other and they wouldn't know which way to go. Like I don't know, man. It almost didn't feel like a movie. It felt like a perfectly well made play. You know?
Yeah, it did feel like a play, and I think that again that lends itself to how fabulous Tim Curry is as an actor.
Fabulous.
Like he's amazing, and I think that honestly, I think somebody asked him at a convention. Unfortunately, Tim Curry had a stroke, and he's not the same guy. I mean, he's getting better, which is good. But they asked him at a convention, and he has a lot of fond memories of making Clue. Like that was one of his favorite, I think, films that he made. Other than obviously, he gets asked about Rocky Horror Picture Show all the time, and it, but not a lot of people bring up, his Butler.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. 1 second. The cat's something's fighting the cat.
Oh,
I'll be right back. Sorry, everybody.
It's weird. I brought up Pennywise.
Anything can happen live.
And now his pussy's gone crazy. Jesus. We don't know what happened, but I hope his pussy recovers. Anyway, but yeah, what was it? Wadsworth? What's his name? Wadsworth? That sounds really dirty. But anyway, yeah, Tim Curry was my favorite part of the movie as far as all the characters. I did like Christopher Lloyd a lot. I think, Christopher Lloyd is a very accomplished actor as well, and having him alongside Tim Curry was amazing, and they played off each other really well. But everybody else did a really amazing job in the cast as well, giving them the support they needed to give this structure of like Mike said, a play and a great ensemble overall. I don't think you could have picked a better cast for that film. I mean, really. I mean, honestly, everybody did such an amazing job with what they were given, and they played it to a T. Because they knew that, they were knowing that, it's a board game, and we know that we're making it. It's probably going to be for kids that play the game, like maybe 10, 14-year-olds, but we can, like I said, make highbrow kind of jokes that adults will get, kind of like the Adam West Batman animated series, because they would make, cheeky jokes that were adult flavored.
Yeah, there was a lot of sex references.
But you wouldn't know that. It would slide right under your taint, and you wouldn't even know it. It wouldn't be until years later you'd be like, oh shit, that dirty dog, that minx.
Kind of reminded me a little bit of Death Becomes Her. Mm-hmm. Like that movie was funny as shit too, and it kind of had the same kind of humor going. Not as dark, but I mean, a couple times.
Did you like the true ending?
Yeah, I liked all three endings. Honestly, I would have been fine with any of them.
But did you? I didn't like the true ending.
No,
because I didn't. Well, I can't. I don't want to give it away because there might have excuse me. It's bile that's coming up from contracted, but. There are a few people that might have passed it over. Yeah, you hear a lot of praise for it, and a lot of people do talk about how wonderful of a movie it is. But a lot of people might just be like, "Well, I never played Clue. It's a Parker Brothers movie. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
So I don't want to give it away, but I would say that I liked I liked the next to the last version.
Yeah. Yeah. I
liked Tim Curry. I don't know. I liked the way that played out.
I liked all three of them, but I think I do probably like him being an agent better than I do the other shit that and how it turned out. But it was good at the end. He was like, "Good shot." I was like, "It was a very good shot." The whole thing's fucking hilarious, man. I have a hard time even remembering like the best parts of the movie just because it was all so fucking good. But yeah, it's like it was honestly like it's a whodunit mixed with a fucking board game, which that sounds terrible, but it's a whodunit mixed with a Leslie Nielsen style like stupid but more clever and a little bit less slapstick, even though there was slapstick in it. I mean, it had it all.
It sounds like The Management and Who Came Up with Milli Vanilli.
You know what?
Who did it? Who did it?
This kind of movie could actually make a comeback in today's movieverse, dude, because like where comedies are kind of dead because you can't say anything without pissing people off, so you don't get a lot of comedies. Like, I mean, if Wedding Crashers came out today, it would be like the height of some crazy fucking controversy. You know what I mean? Like almost
somebody on the internet would follow him around with a bell saying "shame."
Yeah,
shame.
Which is basically what happens. So you don't get comedies these days for the most part. If you do, they're so safe, they're not funny. Or they don't stand out enough. But I think this kind of comedy, if we went back to the slapstick, like, not Scary Movie, because that would piss people off too, but like if you went back to the Leslie Nielsen style of comedy, the slapstick, a little bit that highbrow / lowbrow adult humor, I think that movies like Clue could work today. Which is, again, they're remaking it. Maybe that's what they thought, and I think Ryan Reynolds would be fucking great.
I think that as long as when they remake it, they don't try to inject some kind of fucking social message in it. They don't try to preach to you about your political bullshit. Like, it's not about women empowerment. It's not about rights of this or that or any bullshit that's just overdone in the media hype. Yeah. As long as it's a very classic remake of a classic movie, I'd be okay with it. That's the problem. When you get movies like this that they work so well in the time when it came out in 1985, when you have something remade in today's society, there's always a chance that thing could get butt fucked by the venom that's already out in the media. Be like, I gotta make a message. I gotta get him. Let's hire Paul Feig. He'll tell it. He'll tell it the way it is. He was in Heavyweights, so he knows a thing or two about a thing or two. You son of a hoe. Go suck a fucking dick off a kite that falls off Grand Canyon. Yeah, that's the face that Mike uses if he was single.
That's my imitation of the Jack Nicholson Departed meme.
You know what? If you were in Clue, you'd be Yvette. That'd be your Yvette face. Like,
see those things bouncing around like Sugar Ray Leonard?
Dude, every guy that walked in that was staring straight at him, I was like, I couldn't help it either.
I know. Everybody was like, you have your instructions now. Now go.
I like how Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard, they were like, she's like, but I don't want to go upstairs. I'm scared of the dark.
Jay, watch out, dude. Watch out. Jay, watch out.
I fucking hate that fucking face. I hope Professor Plum puts a goddamn pipe up your butt. And you die.
I can feel it in my plums.
I hope you fucking. But no, whoo. Yeah, dude, that Contracted movie got me all fucking. It might be some weird girl back there that's not dead yet.
Jay likes his hookers dead.
Yeah, I already had sex with him.
Dead.
Ted Bundy. Anyway, oh God, somebody's gonna take this and loop it. I'm gonna be on a fucking. It's gonna be like goddamn Tango and Cash. You got the money? It's gonna be fucking like reeled. But anyway, yeah, Clue. I just feel like that's a great movie, a classic movie, but it's so easily done that you could fucking manipulate it to make it about a social justice warrior issue and turn a lot of people away from it. And because it's an easy movie to manipulate. It's an easy minute. Yeah. So I hope that Ryan Gosling. I hope that they. And I think Ryan Gosling is a cool guy. He's a great actor. He could definitely bring some good stuff to it, but I don't know. It depends on who gets a hold of it to direct it. And by the way,
Jason Bateman's directing.
I hope that they at least.
So I think we're good.
I'm Jason Bateman, but I hope they at least give the courtesy of Tim Curry to come in as some kind of, extra or something.
That'd be cool, man. That would be cool. And that's one thing I loved about it. You got to see Tim Curry. He's not wearing any kind of crazy. It's like the Johnny Depp thing. I love seeing Johnny Depp not in a Tim Burton movie wearing all sorts of makeup. Don't get me wrong, Edward Scissorhands, he did a bunch of great stuff. But I love to see them without the makeup for a couple movies, to see them really act, and Tim Curry, man.
Tim Burton?
Yeah, Tim Burton.
No, you said
Johnny
Edward
Depp.
Scissorhands.
No, Johnny Depp. Like Johnny Depp has the same thing. Like, he's always caked with so much makeup and stuff like that. And same thing with Tim Curry's most famous roles. But it was really cool to see him let loose and chew the scenery and kind of be a badass. And the way he was at the end of that movie without having all the other shit going on. Because he's always a badass actor. But I think people forget about him because he's buried under the It makeup, or he's buried under the Rocky Horror Picture Show makeup. Or he's in a smaller role.
One of my favorite performances he did, and it's such a tiny role, but I loved him because he was so fucking funny, was in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
Remember when he was when Rob Schneider and he gets knocked out? He's like, "Come along, Cedric." And then he gets slapped in the face. He's like, he starts crying. Dude, he's great. I love Tim Curry.
What do you give it?
Oh, this movie, this movie's easily a 9.
Yeah.
Like, I love it that much. I actually probably watch this movie like at least every couple of months. Like, I love it that much.
Yeah.
Even though I know the ending, it's still so like it's got Three Stooges. It's got like some highbrow humor in it. It's got all that shit mixed into one, and I love it.
I didn't even care about the whodunit by the end of it. I just had a good time watching the comedy at that point. But yeah, no, I give it an 8.5, dude. I love the shit out of it. I'll definitely revisit it for sure. And like you said, it's a movie, even though there is some sexual references, it's a movie you can watch with the kids without much problem, for sure.
Sure.
Let's go to the chat real quick before we get into the last movie review.
Oh, Okay, Meatloaf, calm your shit down. And I would do anything for you.
Someone told me that. I put on Twitter, I was like, I can't get abs, so I'm just gonna grow my hair out. And some guy was like, all you have to do is stop drinking beer, man. And I put the gif of that. I was like, but I won't do that. Oh no!
I would have put the gif of Ryan Gosling when he stands up. He's like, when he's like, when someone talks, he's like, what? And he puts the sunglasses back on. He's like, are you dare talking about that? Do you not know the power?
Intel Wild, thank you, says, so Jay, you are on the left. I always knew it.
The left.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
That's yeah,
Is that
I don't
sexual
know.
reference?
I'm always on the right side of the bed where I sleep. If you're talking about that.
They also say, we love your fucking faces.
I think he means something else, but I'm not going to get into that because, nice bait. You know, I feel like I'm in Mad Max. That's bait. That's bait. Like Tom Hardy. That's bait.
Mike White, thanks, brother. He says, hold me, baby, drive me crazy.
Touch me all night long. Woo.
Thanks, Mike. Mark Darman, thanks, man. He says, a little shout out to Deborah Hill producing Clue. Fucking
yes, dude. Fuck
Forgot
yeah.
to mention that, man.
Awesome.
Goddamn yes.
You know what? You know, not to mention the fact that Deborah Hill is just as responsible for Halloween as John Carpenter is too. Like, she helped get that shit off the ground. Like, a lot of people leave her name out of, like, you know, reverence.
Yeah, that's true.
In a lot of ways. But Deborah Hill was actually really instrumental in getting that film up and running, and Halloween too.
She went on to be involved in a whole bunch of shit too. Like, she's had a storied career. Billy Joyner, thanks, man. He says, good evening, guys. Just got here. Madeline Kahn was hilarious in Clue and absolutely one of my all-time favorite movies. Dude, I kept thinking she was Sigourney Weaver. Like, she had that hotness level to her, you know?
Which one was Madeline Kahn? Was it Scarlett?
She was the main hooker lady.
Scarlett
Johansson.
Yes. I knew that she was in it. Black Widow. She's a spy. She can get in anywhere.
Nice butt. But no, yeah, she was hilarious in it. She was awesome. And I liked her, like, not give a fuck attitude the entire movie, too. I actually enjoyed her character a lot. She was really, really good in that movie. Anthony Avellino, thanks. He says, teeth popped in my head about that scene. Should definitely do a movie review. Tim Curry in Congo. Love you guys. Love you.
Shit, I forgot he was in Congo.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Damn. I haven't seen Congo in forever. That was one of the movies I wouldn't seen that in theaters. I'm like, man, fucking monkeys are dangerous.
I never liked Congo. I tried to watch it.
But it was kind of boring. But it was like I felt like it was their Jurassic Park with nothing but monkeys. Like, they were really trying. But I left the theater when I watched that. And I'm like, God damn, they're dangerous as fuck. I was like, how does Michael Jackson keep it in his fucking room? This monkey. And he's a dainty folk. He's dainty. So.
Anthony Avellino, thank you. Even though I can't fucking remember Tim Curry in Congo at all, I'm going to be honest with you. But I can picture him wearing the clothes. I just can't remember the goddamn movie. Derek Berlinski, you son of a bitch. He says, Mike, you know what I'm talking about. You fucking know.
Apparently, he owes him money for a drug deal gone bad.
Got lost. I got lost in your eyes. I love you, Derek. Michael Stapp. There he is. Michael not Scott Stapp. I had no idea you had such a lovely beard, sir. I want to rub it. I want to rub Jay's fingers through it. He says, thanks for the clue.
Not
review.
my fingers. Maybe your dick is what you're thinking, sir.
My dick is off limits for at least 24 to 42 minutes after watching Contracted.
Yeah, it looks like that already.
And yeah, you've not seen my dick. Is that your dick?
Yeah, I have. It was disgusting.
By the way, so sometimes when Jay's over and we're shooting videos, he'll pee alongside of the house. And for the longest time, we didn't have neighbors in the house next to us, right? We didn't have any neighbors there. The house took forever to sell. So finally some neighbors moved in, and they're cool as shit. And we've actually, hung out with them a few times. And I mentioned in passing that we always joked about pissing on that side of the house because we were so used to pissing on that side of the house without somebody being there. And they have a window right there. So a couple times Jay's peed there on that side of the house. Why they?
So have you? Let's not be be dishonest.
Sure. But this isn't about me. All right. Don't project. You fuck.
I'm not projecting. I'm
Don't-
being honest.
And I asked them about it, and they both broke out in straight up laughter. And I'm like, why are you guys laughing so hard?
Have they seen it?
And they were like, we saw that guy's dick.
Did they really?
Yeah. They were like, we saw his dick several times. And like,
It was
not
cold
just
outside.
once. It was like several times. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And they laughed and they were cool about it. And I'm just told, I'm fucking with you. That never happened. I just made up that whole story.
I was gonna
But
say,
I
I was gonna say it was cold outside a couple of times. Like I promise.
now you're getting performance anxiety over something.
Now I'm not gonna be able to fucking like have sex for like at least 3 weeks. I'm gonna have to watch self-help videos.
That didn't happen. We were talking to him the other day, and I thought about that. But
Dude,
I didn't
you know
bring it
what?
up.
Yeah, that is a big concern because you know, like me and Mike do live in Kentucky, and you know, it just feels refreshing to take a piss outside. It just does.
Oh, we
you know,
fucked
I don't
that
know.
shit. We fucked that shit all up. Mainly, I fucked it up.
But you know what? You know,
Con was Miss
you
White.
piss in the same spot, and these fucking like little yellow weeds come up where you killed the grass. But you're like, you know, that's my spot. And then you don't expect anybody to be watching, and then have a criticism later on. Like, yeah, it could have been a better stream. Like what? Look, I did my best.
I did my best.
I did my best.
Oh man, I should have just never told you that was a lie, and then every time like they came over, it would be so uncomfortable and weird.
Dude, I swear to God, I'd be like, by the way, my dick's bigger than Kim Jong Un's. It was a cold night.
Intel,
you know.
Intel Wild says, the same person who made the Jay, you're on the left comment says, and thank you, by the way, says, I meant the way I'm looking at you. Jay is usually on the right, but he's on the left tonight.
Oh,
no political
God.
references meant.
Oh, all right, man. Well, I wasn't trying to be an asshole about it, but you know how people try to drag you into shit like that, so I appreciate you.
If we were doing political references, we'd have to sit in each other's lap right in the middle of the screen. And no one wants to see that.
Huh?
We're Ross Perot forever is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, that's what it is, independent. I mean, he was a billionaire tycoon oil guy. Fuck it.
Beautiful, beautiful Ross Perot. Intel Wild, again, thank you, man. It says, I love you guys. Turn me on to Dave McRae. Bring it. You guys on Halloween Kills, bring it. We're going to be hanging out with Dave on Friday night on the Halloween stream. Halloween stream.
Oh, we've already brought it.
Yeah.
They better bring some more.
Yeah.
They better bring that juice and cognac.
You better bring the fucking Tostitos.
Bring me the fire. Bring me the thunder. Bring me everything you desire. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. All right. Will Arnwine. Thanks, man. He says, what is the movie quote you quote the most outside of a Halloween quote?
It's kind of funny. Mike and I've got a few, but I do know that Mike and I like we'll instantly know what we're talking about when we say it to each other. Is the have you ever seen anything like this? No. Like the Seven from Seven when Morgan Freeman is or Brad Pitt is talking to Morgan Freeman, he says, have you ever seen anything like this? And Morgan Freeman in his very deep fatherly tone says, no.
But you gotta when you do it, you gotta nail it. Like one person has to be looking at something, and then the other one has to slowly step into frame over his shoulder and like silently just be like, no. Either that or I don't know why I'm trying to run through all the quotes that we do all the time inside of my own head, but I know one of them is try not to suck any dick on the way to the park.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
That or from Little Giants, I can't see with this thing on. That's a good one too.
Or the annexation of Puerto Rico, which is also from Little Giants.
Yeah, a lot of liar in there. We just did it earlier. I'm taking this. How do you sleep at night?
Well, and then also Orange County.
Oh
We'll be in the van picking each other's butt.
Yeah.
What?
Can I score some of your piss?
It's so funny. And then we also do. We also do blood sports. Like, you want to say no?
Blood sports probably the most.
Oh man, we quote that shit all the time, and it's so funny. We'll say that shit in public, and like when Mike and I were dating, and we weren't like in a relationship at all, like with anybody. No, we were always in a relationship. You know, people have to get used to that. But we were with the females, but they would be like a secret code. They would have to crack it because we would talk to each other in like movie quotes all the time. They're like, what the fuck are they saying? Like, I don't even understand, because we'll quote shit from Police Academy to Bloodsport to fucking like a goddamn Seven, like all over the spectrum. And they're like, these motherfuckers are like goddamn Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy rolled into one. Like they're scary.
Jay, look at, I can't say his name because they'll know I'm talking about him, but look at DOG right now behind me. Look at his face. He's got Michael Myers' face.
He does. Do you know what? He looks like my screen because I'm seeing it through your shitty webcam.
Yeah.
He looks like he watched the Ring tape. Because it's all
on.
blurry. Now he moved. See, he moved. He knows he did it.
He knows. The guy in 2B, he knows. Get him and rape him.
I'm going to take a quick little break because I got to go pee-pee in the
Do
little
it.
boys' room.
Put it in.
And I will be back.
Put
Yeah,
it
I
on
will.
ye.
Yeah, I will.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh! I don't know why we started making sex noises there. Billy Joyner says, hey, Mike, Madeline Kahn was Mrs. White. Leslie Ann Warren was Miss Scarlet. Fuck. We're not professionals. We aren't good at this. There's 182 people in the stream right now, guys. Well, 184 now, but there was 182 people in there. And that's a good number. Because, Blink-182 and stuff. Our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 1282, which I didn't ask for. It just happened that way. I feel like Jim Carrey in the number 13. Is the number 13 or the number 12? I don't know. Either way. It's all connected. Yeah, I know. Sorry, we fucked that up hard. Hard. But you get what you pay for. Intel Wild, thanks. He says, nothing to say. Just love y'all. We love you back, man. Thanks for fucking all the fucking chats tonight. You guys are fucking killing it. Even on a late Thursday to Friday evening. Mark Dorman says, I also impulsively bought $700 worth of vintage movie posters in the last week. Might as well give another $5. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It feels nice to have that on there. And what fucking movie posters did you buy that were $700? God damn! I feel like David Chappelle in Half Baked when he's eating his ice cream and he's like, 5 years for some weed? God damn! That's what I feel like when he said $700? Motherfucker, how much wall space do you have to even put that shit? That's amazing. I want to know what you got. I want to know. I want to know what turns you on. I want to know. Number 23, Don Harrison, thank you so much. And Matt Todd and everyone who likes to correct me. You know what? Why don't I just talk to my wife if I want to be corrected? Sorry, honey. Mr. J says, Ghostface follows Jay to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Mr. Green was from Spinal Tap as well, Colin McCormick. And I got to rewatch Spinal Tap, man. When I was a security guard, me and this dude named Ryan used to hang out all the fucking time. By the way, Ryan Gillen was in here earlier. I meant to give him a shout out. Awesome dude. But we used to hang out in the security booth. We were dispatched, so we got to be lazy fucking security guards. So we had this huge dash of we were for a major auto plant, and we had TV screens everywhere watching everybody. But we were there for 12 hours a day with nothing to fucking do. So we would just fuck around most of the times. We got a Nerf hoop and we played around the world. It was awesome. But apart from that, we used to watch movies in there, and he showed me this is Spinal Tap, and I was like, motherfucker, how have I never seen this movie before? But one time, we actually removed one of the TVs and inserted an Xbox 360 inside of the giant, expensive security dashboard system, and we would sit in there on the weekends and play each other in Madden, and then when somebody walked in, we would just throw the motes under the thing and close the drawers. But we got busted, and it was fucking horrible. They sat us down in a room, and this big, huge, scary black lady, looked me in the face. She's like, don't you fucking lie to me. I'm going to ask you one time and one time only, and I already know the truth. She was like, y'all motherfuckers been playing Madden? And I was like, I looked her dead in the face, and I went, yup. I'm sorry. I didn't get fired, but it was weird. We never got to play Madden again. Anyways, hey, how was your pee-pee?
It was wonderful. I smoked a lot. I mean, I had some Tropicana Sun. And I feel refreshed.
Good. I'm going to call you fucking Juice Box. Go get me a Juice Box. Juice Box.
I'm going to say, no.
No. All right, I got a pee-pee now.
All
Sean
right.
Davis, before I go, says, I'm hungry. Should I eat an ice cream sandwich, fudge stripe cookies, or an apple? Well, motherfucker, you
Ice cream
dip.
sandwich,
You
bitch.
no,
Get it done.
no. You take off the cookie off the ice cream sandwich, you put it in a bowl, and then you dip the fucking fudge stripe cookies inside of it. Or you eat an apple pie with ice cream on it. Have you ever even been high, Sean? What the fuck?
Diabetes calling your name, dog. Okay, so it's just us now. I mean, we're gonna have a good time here. This feels like I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger walking into Kindergarten Cop, not knowing what to do. But I'm gonna. So again, I'm sorry. Again, this shit is delayed, so I can't. Oh my god, it probably looks stupid, but that's fine. That's fine. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? I hope you guys are doing excellent. Um, I don't know what that means. Yes, Bernie, we liked Clue a lot. I gave Clue a 9.0. It's an awesome fucking movie. Yes, Daniel, it is ice cream sandwich all day. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Yeah, Connor, I'm alone. I'm alone in this room by myself. You see my dog's feet over there. He's currently. Don't do that. He's licking his wiener. But is my willy still on? Did you melt it off? No, I did not do that. But I felt like my wiener was gonna melt off from the disgust that I had from that Contracted movie. That movie was fucking gross. God damn. I thought I seen some shit, but that was some shit, Jim. Wow. And you know what's so weird is like after watching Contracted, like, hey, there goes Thor in the dark. He looks like a fucking ghost in one of those shitty Ghost Adventures episodes. I like Ghost Adventures. I'm just saying he looks like that. Feels like that's gonna be a Nuke's top five. Top five YouTubers that caught a ghost on screen. I'm kidding. I like Nuke, but either way, yeah, Contracted was gross, man. It better be, Mr. J. It better be. Yeah, Taylor, I did see that. That was a badass scene when the head blows up. It's one of the more memorable scenes. By the way, did you guys see that thing? I think they're the same guys. In Search of Darkness, they're doing that sci-fi thing. Are you guys interested in that at all? Because that looks fucking badass. Like RoboCop is proudly presented on the main cover of that advertisement or that ad for it. I can't wait to see that. I mean, you got there's a Ripley on there. There's Predator. There's fucking Escape from New York, Snake Plissken. Looks good as shit. Uh, yeah, Glenn. I can't wait for you to get that free pizza too, so I can have some of it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be amazing. Nothing tastes better when it's free. But yeah, there was something I was gonna ask you guys. Oh, fuck, that's what I was gonna say. Check this out. What do you guys think about this? Okay, so in like I think it's Indonesia. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Indonesia. Those assholes that have broke the quarantine rules that they set up for the Blovid 19, which I think you guys know what I'm talking about here. They're actually, dude, it actually happened. They're putting them in honest to God haunted houses for the remainder of their quarantine days if they break quarantine. I'm not shitting with you. So like if you decide that okay, so I think their president said that their store again, but their president said that if you break quarantine rules and like you have to like stay in your home for 2 weeks if you're coming into the country or something like that, and you break it, they're actually punishing them by putting them in an actual honest to God haunted house. They've referred like they've given like beds in there and they got to stay the remainder of the 2 weeks or whatever. That shit's fucking crazy. That's like in America they were like we're gonna put you in that goddamn Amityville house. I don't give a fuck if green slime is coming out the walls. You're gonna make friends with that ghost, bitch, because you broke the law. How crazy is that? I think it's a good idea. I mean, little do they know that I have a proton pack that I would be bringing with me. It doesn't work, but it makes me feel better. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, Don, I'm not kidding. Look it up. It's Indonesia, I believe. Um, yeah, for real. That really is a thing. I don't even know what it was on Facebook or something. It was an article. I don't know what, the actual source of the article was, but literally they're doing that. Uh, Barbara says, "Much love to you. Sorry, I'm saying goodbye to my New York siblings. My little baby brothers ate at all my food after I bought them food. That sucks. What'd you buy them? They must have been tasty as fuck. Were they snack cakes?"
Jay, tell that story about your uncle when your other uncle had to watch him and he'd spent all the money on bologna.
What?
You don't remember that? When Steven, like, one of your uncles was supposed to watch the other one while your parents were away for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That shit makes me laugh, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't there. It was before I was born, but yeah. So my uncles, they were. So my grandmother, she had like 4 boys, and all of them were living together, and her and dad were her and her husband were going out for the week. So they gave the oldest boys some money to take care of the younger boys, because the older boys were like 17, 18 years old, and the younger boys were like 11 and 12 or something like that. So what they did was they took the majority of the money and they went out to like bars or whatever, or spent it on alcohol, and they bought, the only thing they had for fucking food was bologna. Like that's all they bought the kids in the house. It was just a fucking roll of bologna with the rest of the money. And when Dad came home, he's like, "What the fuck?" Like my grandfather, we call him Big Dad. He came home and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "What have you boys been eating?" It's like fried bologna sandwiches.
He still to this
So,
day can't eat bologna.
dude, I gotta tell you this. I forgot. By the way, I was raised by my grandparents, so I'm just gonna so you guys know, if I say mom or big dad, I'm talking about those are the people that raised me, my mother and father. They're my grandparents. But either way, I was gonna tell you this, dude. Big Dad, he said he was, that possibility of everybody getting $2,000 extra a month. You know that article I sent you, all
Yeah.
that shit. He was asking me about it. He was like, well, "When am I gonna get my extra 2,000?" Because my Big Dad's retired and shit like that. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. It's not passed yet in the house, and then my real dad was like, well, it's for people that work. He's like, "I worked every goddamn day of my life."
I can see him saying that.
Yeah, he did. He got pissed. He's like, "I worked every goddamn day of my life. I'm working goddamn now."
Dude, Big Dad's the funniest fucking person on this planet, I swear to God. You tell him something he don't like, he'd be like, piss on it.
Dude, yeah, Big Dad, Big Dad is like, he took no shit from anybody, and like he looked like an Italian mafioso, fucking goddamn Godfather type dude. Like, dude, I like me and Mike and Cody used to, we were kids, and the old house I used to live in, we had this pool and shit, and me and Mike and Cody would jump in it sometimes when the chlorine wasn't flushed enough for him. He would yell. Remember, he would open his window up. He's like, "Get those goddamn kids out!"
I'll never forget pulling up to your all's house and you had that gate that you had to press the buttons to open the gate. But on the other side there was a pole, and we had a big ice storm, and I was going over there to hang out and play Madden, and like I zoomed past the gate because I thought the gate was gonna shut and hit my Jeep. So I hit the gas, but then I hit the ice, and then I ran into the fucking post. And I broke the post that was connected to the electronic thing.
He knew you did it too.
Oh, dude, I was sitting there. As soon as I hit it, I went, "Oh!" So
He was like,
I saw him open the door and go, "God damn it!" He was in the door.
he's like, "Your goddamn friend Mike broke my fucking pole." I was like, "Oh well." I was like, "He didn't mean to." He's like, "Ah." He always went, "Ah."
My mom was also nice about it. She's like, "It's okay, honey. Don't worry about it. It's fine." And then I could hear him in the other room. She's like, "Now, Larry, you be quiet."
No, I think that's because you like Mom's salmon patties. You're the only motherfucker
Love those salmon
in our
patties.
entire goddamn. No, dude, I swear to God, me and Cody hated, like, my mom used to always make these salmon patties, dude. It was deep fried fucking well bladder mixed with fucking like goddamn fish, and it was
good.
gross. It was the nastiest thing fucking ever, dude. And
Dip them shits in some ketchup.
"Oh, dude," she'd be like, "Hey, honey, I made salmon patties." Like, I don't give a shit. You trying to kill me? When I was a kid, and Mike come over, he's like, "Do you do cinnamon patties?" I'm like, like you did like 3 of them. He's like, "Those are good cinnamon patties." Dude, all it was like a claw, like it was like a fucking like goddamn clawed up dough with like fish bits in it that she put on the fryer.
Well, you guys had that. You guys had that speaker system in the house too, where she could press the button. So we'd be sitting up there playing Duke Nukem or whatever, and then you'd hear the speaker go off, and she'd be like, "JT, Cody, come get some dinner, boys." And you guys be like, "I don't want any bomb. I'm not hungry." And then
you
you'd
could
be like,
smell that shit. It was infecting you.
I pause the game. You'd be like, "Mike, where are you going?" I'd be like, "I'm going to get some fucking dinner, dude." Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's a good times, man. Good times. Did you get
I got Barbara.
Yeah, but okay. Did you get Intel Wild? Said Mike.
No, I did not.
Love when you guys go solo and you can tell it's awkward. Shows me it's real. I'd be so nervous. LOL. I honestly, I don't like. Okay, for a couple seconds, sometimes when you walk away, you get that Garth like in Wayne's World. Remember when Wayne leaves and Garth's like,
"I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time,"
and he gets all mad. He's like, "Well, go then. I'm gone. Go. I'm gone."
Yeah, Mike and I, like, our strength is playing off each other. So once we're alone, it's like, all right, well, we're gonna do a one-man stand-up show, and it's fucking awful. Let's just admit that it's gonna be bad, and we'll go from there. Like, I feel like I'm talking to a therapist. Like, well, tell me what you feel. It's like, what do you see? Like, I don't know. Rainbows.
And then Latrell. Fuck you, chat. Fuck you, chat. Anthony Avellino says it is in Indonesia, Jay. That's crazy. I guess that was something you were talking about when I was gone.
Yeah, dude. So in Indonesia, apparently what's going on now is the people that break the quarantine rules. Dude, this is fucking crazy. I was actually gonna like send you the article because it might be like a news story, but I was like, yeah, it's kind of like a gimmicky thing anyway. But dude, in Indonesia, I guess it's the president of Indonesia. I'm not 100% sure, but people that break the quarantine rules that are coming into the country. So the ones that don't, they're requiring them to, to quarantine, self-quarantine for 2 weeks. Makes sense. It's obvious. You should do that.
The best plan.
Yeah, it's China will not win. But nonetheless, so the ones that are breaking those rules now, because it's a very superstitious country, she's putting people in, dude. I'm not shitting with you. This is real. They're putting people in to fucking like actual haunted houses. Like real life fucking haunted houses that are actually reported to be haunted. They're making them stay the rest of their quarantine in the haunted house. I'm not kidding. If they break protocol. So it's a very superstitious country, so it really means a lot to them. Ghosts and ancestors and shit like that. And it's not like you can go to fucking Walmart before you go and get like a 6-pack of Coors and go in there. Like you got to go in that bitch sober. And it's like, okay, so I was like, it's like in America, like what if they like, I'm gonna throw you bitches in Waverly Hills for a week or motherfucking like Amityville. I don't want to see shit. Like that would fuck me up. I'm not gonna move.
You got the people in there who probably aren't sick fucking with the people who are sick. Like, did you hear that? Did you fucking hear that? No, I got an EVP recorder on my phone, dude. Trust me.
You got motherfucking Zach Bagans pretending to be Indonesian so he can get a fucking soundbite.
Hey, look, that's what somebody should do, man. Someone should start their own, like, while they're in there in quarantine, be like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this shit go viral. Like, they should start their own, Ghost Finder show while they're in there.
They're gonna see the fucking walls bleeding snot and slime. They're gonna be like, you know what? I was married. I don't get rid of that.
That's gonna be the next true story found footage movie. It's like, this is based on a true story.
You know what? You could actually tie, like, what if it was like a quarantine story where the government like made you go stay in a haunted house or some shit like that, and you actually saw shit. Yeah, it's exactly what it would be. Some
good shit's gonna come out of this, man, movie wise. Okay, let me see in the chat. Latrell316 says that's hilarious and crazy. I imagine he's talking about the thing you were talking about. Yeah. Barbara, what's up, Barbara? Thank you. Says I bought them burgers. Talking about our brothers. I bought them burgers from Hack in the Box.
Oh.
And they ate my saucy popcorn, chicken, and curly fries. And I'm like, okay, I'll eat after you're done. And they ate it all. Fucking,
oh shit!
That's what brothers do.
The way you say like saucy, it makes me like you're like a fucking extra from The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg. Got that saucy?
I'm gonna go head body.
You gonna fight us in the middle of the street? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck gone! Goddamn, we're the sisters. You don't take on the sisters.
Why are you fucking running over here like a silverback fucking gorilla? We gotta try to
I don't
outrun
know.
the wind.
Hey, look, he's trying to do his best. He's trying to do his best. All right, he's trying to do his best. Like, he got to train. He got to train. This is good for us, baby. This is good for us.
Sean Davis says, I picked the fudge stripe cookies. Well done, sir. Well done.
for
I don't know
you.
why I channeled Loomis on that. I'm sorry.
I think that you've made a wrong decision, but good luck in your life with your toilet bowls. I hope you have a lot of toilet bowl cleaner.
Podcast 1919.
Because you might have fudge stripes in your underwear.
Podcast 1919 says, thank you guys for being on tonight. It's definitely been a day to forget. God damn you, Michael.
What?
He said, thank you guys for being on tonight. It's definitely a day to forget. God damn you, Michael.
I said, God damn Michael. You always damn him to heaven. And God decrees it's okay. That's why I say, God damn.
Everybody has those days during the quarantine, man, where like you just have that one day where like fucking today sucks my ass. But then there's good days.
Today was really bad because all those movies were coming at me, and like again, we started on the wrong fucking end of the stick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to the balls and then work your way to the stem.
You don't go from the butt to the shaft.
Yeah, you don't do that. Like, because at least when you get to the balls, you're not gonna have any kind of juju fruit coming out of your mouth. Like, dude, like because Contracted in the other fucking movie, I was like, God, if I see, it will never be early. I will never want to see a fucking. I hate fucking fingernails being popped off.
Oh, dude,
in the motherfucking horror movie. Stop it. Get some help.
Glenn Harris said, I broke up with my girlfriend when she told me she hated loaded baked potatoes. That was the last fucking straw.
Well, obviously her brain is full of loaded baked potatoes. If she says that.
What's there not to love? Iron Baron says, who do you think would win in a fight? Cable from Deadpool 2 or the Winter Soldier? The Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier sounds like a fucking a gum that never made it.
Papa, can you hear me?
Hey, when you have bad breath, get the Winter Soldier. I think Cable whooped that ass. Like, straight up. Cable is a mutant. Yeah, and I know that he has to keep the fucking, cyber disease from taking over his body. I can't remember the name of it. That's why his arm's all metal. But he's also a psionic of the highest order. Like, if he was able to use his full potential, he rivals Charles Xavier. Like, no shit. Like, Cable is Nathaniel Summers, dude. He's this actual son of Cyclops and Jean Grey. His potential as a mutant is like higher than Charles Xavier. So if he were able to use all of it, he would fuck up goddamn I can't remember the guy. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier would be turned into Play-Doh paste.
What he said. That was a good fucking answer. I'm gonna go with that. What he said. Barbara says, Barbara said, sorry, I meant Jack in the Box. I thought you said Hack in the Box on purpose. That's why it made me laugh. The only time I ever got to try Jack in the Box is when I went to the Nashville Film Festival. It was the first thing that we ever got press passes for. You didn't go, you fucking dick. You fucking dick ice cream sandwich made of hot dogs, cold hot dogs.
They're suffering from the Lorona, Cyrus. I knew it before. I knew it then. I was like Sylvia Brown. I called it.
But I went to the Nashville Film Festival, and it was so fucking funny because we were early in the channel, and I was like, well, they let us go, so we gotta go. So you couldn't go because you were still with Mountain.
One of the wicked witches from the fucking goddamn Cinderella story.
Yeah,
she was like the mother from Cinderella.
And I went by myself, and I'm up there. It was so bad, dude. I was drinking $3 bottles of wine in the hotel room by myself between movies, just in the fucking hotel. And I had all the lights set up in the room, so it looked like a fucking porn
Mickey
shoot.
Rourke. You're Mickey Rourke.
It was bad,
from The Wrestler.
Guys, go back and look that shit up. I made 3 videos while I was up there. And the whole hotel room it looked like a porn shoot, and it was so fucking bad, dude. I was by myself, so I just got drunk all day and went to movies alone. And then
it's trying to make friends. You're trying to make friends. You're trying to go up to anybody and be like, "You want to be my friend?"
I
be my friend.
I met a band that had they won Rolling Stone Band of the Year, so they were doing a documentary on them. And I met the dudes in the band. They were called the Sheepdogs. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the Sheepdogs, but I just followed them around. It was like, I want to party with you. So I just followed them around from bar to bar. It was
you might be one of those guys they still talk about today in their fucking group. They're like, you remember that weirdo fucking asshole?
I guarantee it.
With the fucking chia hair.
I
the
know where to
chia
go.
hair that was walking around and being like, hey, let me hang out. Let me hang out.
I got pictures on my Facebook of me with him, dude. Like, I had no one else I had nothing to do. But then I remember after that whole night, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking Jack in the Box. So I
never had it.
I was at Jack in the Box, and I went in there, and I spent so much money at the bar, the hotel, and everything that I tried to get like the $1 tacos. They had like 7 tacos for $1, and I got up to the window and I tried to give them my card, and they were like, "Your card's declined," and I was like, "Tacos."
At least you were at least
At
least you were like the Forrest Gump stupid drunk where you didn't try to argue, like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I own more money than anybody in the world. Check it again.
I got a taxi to the hotel, but the Jack in the Box was across the street, so I walked all the way to the Jack in the Box. And they're like, you can't even afford Jack in the Box. And I had to call Kate. I was like, could you put some money on the card?
At least you didn't say. They're like, hey, I'm sorry, sir, your card is declined. Like, we're not talking about your mom's vagina. Okay, I'm talking about a business that I own. It's not declined. It's not declined.
I'd be like fucking Wayne's World. Like, you see this press pass, Jack in the Box? Give me my fucking tacos. You're not even a taco establishment. Why are you even making tacos?
At least you didn't turn into falling down and you like start hitting shit and be like, now give me the money or give me my product.
Kevin Fishgal's back, man. I talked to Kevin. Kevin was in the chat last night.
I remember, yeah.
They were in labor and things were going on. I talked to him.
What they named him?
To follow, he didn't come yet, or the baby didn't come yet.
He came earlier.
They sent
he came 9 months ago.
they sent him back home because she wasn't quite ready yet. It's their third child. Let it be a masculine child. But I'm happy to hear that. Huh? It's a girl. Sorry, I wasn't keeping up with the chat. I was just trying to. But
I think it could be a masculine girl. Like it could be like she could be like Ronda Rousey.
Hello? Yeah.
Dude, we gotta stop hanging out.
I know, right?
At the same time.
I know.
God damn.
Yeah.
It's for life. They love us for life.
No, man. I can't wait to hear what happens, Kevin, man. We're all thinking about you guys, man. I hope everything goes as smooth as possible this time around. We love you, and I can't wait to hear how everything goes. And you guys are fucking awesome. And it was so cool that you were in the chat last night. I woke up this morning and I was like, what the fuck happened with Kevin? It was like that movie We Need to Talk About Kevin. But I messaged him on Patreon.
Did you feel like the mother in Home Alone 2? It was like, Kevin!
Worst mom ever, by the fucking way.
She
was the worst fucking mom of all time. Okay, we got to do this movie review because it's getting late. I could use a drink.
Let's get it.
Will on One says, who's your favorite character from X-Men? Doesn't have to be a movie or cartoon. I've been watching the old X-Men cartoon with my daughters, and they love it. Me too, dude. Like, I've tried to show that shit to my kids. My daughter loves it. As soon as MJ found out that X-Men was on Disney Plus, we were both like, we're going to fucking watch that shit.
Do they have the good stuff, though? Do they have the good stuff? The bump, 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 bump,
yeah,
bump,
yeah.
bump, 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 bump,
yeah.
Bump, bump. Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, that's the best one, dude. The '90s one is the best. Deadly Reunions. As far as like favorite X-Men, that's a loaded question with a loaded potato. I would say, like, dude, I know people would obviously pick, Wolverine, but I would honestly, I've always loved Cyclops. I've always loved the Cyclops. I like Cyclops.
I've always loved the cock.
That too. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. It's 2020. Let's do it. Let's put some gravy on that shit and serve it up dirty, you old man.
Bet it on.
But no, Cyclops has always been my favorite. I feel like they had a really good opportunity with James Marsden back in the day. I feel like he would have been a fucking awesome Cyclops, but they missed that boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think that if you bring him to life on screen, I think he's commanding. He's got some like fighting skills, and he's got a really cool fucking power, and he's got like just enough asshole where he's likable but not completely unlikable.
Yeah.
Of course, you could say Gambit. But
I like Wolverine's my favorite. I know that's corny. I know that's not corny, but that's what everybody says. But I've always liked Wolverine's not give a fuck attitude. Kevin, I just read your comment, man. That's fucking crazy. I love you guys, man. That's so cool that you turned to us during that time, and I can't tell you how humbling it is to know that we could help you through that. That's fucking amazing, man. And we're all thinking about you guys. I hope everything goes smooth as hell. You deserve it, man. We love you. All right, so we've got to do. We did that with that. Okay, so the last
we'll do Creep.
Last movie is Creep.
And creep.
2004. Do the
And
creep.
Uh.
Oh. Oh. Gotta do
Oh
the
man.
creep. But yeah, okay. Creep 2004, not 2014. This is not the Mark Duplass one with the tubby time. This is, I never fucking heard of this movie before, man. I had never heard of it at all in my entire fucking life until Patreon member Kels, who's a sweetheart. I fucking love you, Kels. Amazing,
Very nice lady.
amazing person. And you know what? A movie that I never would have heard of or watched had it not been for you. And so this movie, man, it's based. It's a British movie, I believe. I think it's British.
It's British, and it's based on reality. This really happened in the summer of 1990.
It better fucking not have.
No, it's fucked up. It's weird. Yeah. So basically, what happens is this hoity-toity German chick. It takes place in England. She is on her way to meet the best Batman ever, George Clooney. Not
literally.
She's on her way to meet George Clooney.
She thinks.
And she falls fucking asleep in the subway. Well, guess what happens then? Creatures from the dark coming out like bats from Courtney Love's vagina when she opens her legs happen upon her. And
you.
she has to survive the night. You know what this was? It was a good movie. It started really slow, and there was like some issues with it that I had. I feel like it should just get to the fucking point. Stop stuttering, spit the dick out your mouth, and get to the point. I feel like it was a very low budget The Descent kind of movie.
I get that.
Because it all takes place under the subway tunnels, and these creatures from the Black Lagoon, they look like a mix between Wrong Turn and the Blade 2 vampires with a little touch of Tool Schism music video thrown in for good measure. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, that's what they look like. The motherfuckers like suffering from spina bifida like I've never seen, and like so this deformed human is stalking her through the tunnels of the underground subway. I do like so that's the basic point of it, or basic plot of it. And Mike and I, we agreed on this. It takes a little bit to get there.
It does, yeah.
I mean,
and
like it's like you had a Viagra and you snorted it. Your dick's hard for at least
if you're gonna
6 hours.
It's supposed to hit to hit faster. You gotta put it.
It didn't work like that.
You gotta put it in your butt, and it goes straight to the dick. God damn it, this channel.
We're giving out great advice.
Sometimes, dude, there's a clip in you know that me and Cody love to watch those, and you've watched them a few times too. Those Blink-182 documentaries. Like I remember this one time Tom was talking about Mark. Yeah, Tom was talking about Mark, and he was like, "Dude, he's like he was drunk. I think he was like, dude, like he was like, sometimes I'm like, I'm up here now with you, and like, I don't give a shit. It's like I don't respect you." He's like, and sometimes I say shit, and I'm like, I don't even respect myself anymore. That's how I felt after I just said that.
You know what I remember from the Urethra Chronicles is Travis going no when they were throwing when he was in the he was in the stall. But yeah,
listen, if you guys want a good time during the quarantine, like find a way to rent or watch on YouTube or whatever the Blink-182, the Urethra Chronicles, both 1 and 2. It's the funniest shit ever. But anyways, okay, what I was gonna say was, it starts out and it's this chick, and I honestly did not like her character. I thought she was bitchy. I did not like her. Thank you, Sweet Pea.
You're welcome.
I did not like her at all. But like you said, she's at a party and they're all hoity-toity and they're all like whatever. She's talking to a guy who looks like a cheap man's version of Bradley Cooper from Wedding Crashers. He had the same hair and everything. Remember Wedding Crashers when he was doing the steal? He was like, like, you know?
Yeah, he did look like, yeah.
But and she's talking shit to him or whatever, and then she's like, yeah, me and so are gonna, because you and I know people like this. We've known a couple girls like this. They want to go find UK basketball players to try to bang and shit like that. That's kind of what she was. She's like, I hear George Clooney's going to be at this club later, so we're going to go. She's like, because men are simple creatures, and they only want one thing.
I wonder if his dick tastes like nougat. I wonder if his dick tastes like nougat. I guess I'll find out. I guess I'll find out.
But yeah, she passes out. She gets all fucked up and high and shit, and she falls asleep in the train station. Train station closed, and this thing pops out. But you said it best, brother. When the first half of the movie, I was thinking, let's fucking go. Like I was like, damn, like it's well shot and it's well done and everything's good, and you're trapped at the subway station, but you're just like ready for it. And the first half of the movie, maybe mid movie, I was kind of like, fuck, let's go. But man, when Greg or Craig. It's fucking Craig shows up.
Craig.
I was like, he looks like the worst fucking scariest version. You know those big baby masks that people wear at like conventions and shit? It's like the giant baby that's like, boo, 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 boo. It's like running around. That's what Craig looks like. He's fucking scary as shit. And they spent 10 hours a day putting those prosthetics on him.
That's crazy.
It's this dude that just lives in the train station and likes to like take chicks and like put swords in their vaginas. Like, it's like fucked up, like what he does to women.
That motherfucker looked like he looked like everybody trying to wait for their stimulus check that hadn't got it yet. they're just prowling around the subway tunnels, but like,
now I have Tool in my head the whole time I'm doing this, and I'm thinking about Babyhead. I'm thinking, I saw the pieces fit.
You know what? By the way, I want to point out at the very beginning of the movie, we're introduced to two guys. I think that personally, I would have rather seen their story unfold in a longer capacity. Two sewer maintenance guys, an older guy and a guy that's been released kind of on good behavior. And they're working the sewer, and like he was like, he was discussing. He's like, oh, this shit smells differently. He's like, well, how many different ways shit can smell? He's like, well, we're in Chinatown. It smells like a very fishy flavor, but now when you get to Soho, it smells different. And then when he's like getting ready to unclog the drain, he was like, if we don't do this, people are going to be trading turds in their sinks. Like I love that. I love their interaction. I love their chemistry, and I would have gone with those two guys more as far as like the survivors. But
and he shows up later too. But I did like that conversation. That made me laugh too. I thought of you when I was watching that. And honestly, did that scene particularly make you think of Ghostbusters 2 when they're underneath the tunnels and they're like talking shit with the pink goo?
The river of slime.
Yeah. Kind of thought about that too.
All right, boys, you can take me up.
But no, when the second half of the movie kicks in, and I call him Babyhead, pops out, and again, the prosthetics were so fucking good, man. Good. Like he was freaky as shit looking. He's in the thumbnail. If you guys haven't seen this, definitely recommend you watch it. It's on Tubi for free. But he pops up.
Looks like my wife's divorce lawyer.
Well, when he shows up, dude, it's fucking it's no holds barred. Shit gets really weird and really dark and really scary. And he stalks her around. And they, in the middle of the movie, they meander too much. She's trying to get help. She finds some stoners that are homeless people or whatever. But the end of the movie, man, when it kicks in and he shows up and he starts doing his thing, it freaked me the fuck out. And it was actually really well done. Slasher, monster, creature feature territory for the last 28% of the movie, probably.
I would say, like, for a low-budget film, like, again, I throw it back to a low-budget Descent. Like, The Descent was an amazing film. Even The Descent 2, shitty, yes, but passable. It feels like that, and there's a lot of claustrophobia things that are happening, and it feels like a little bit of Hills Have Eyes or some shit like that at the same time, because she does discover this nursery with all these, like, I guess they were, like, experiments that were let loose into the sewers. I don't fucking know. They don't go into that detail. It almost feels like in that part was like they were just throwing, like, I felt like the Salt Bay. He like sprinkles the salt. He's like, I gotta throw something on here. He's like, oh, I'm gonna throw like a weird nursery in the middle of a sewer. Like, what the fuck is that? Was that a government fucking shit? I don't know. They don't explain what that is. But overall, like, the acting is good. Like, the acting is decent. I didn't have a problem with the acting. I just felt like Rowan Atkinson in Mr. Bean when he gets on that shitty ride and the ride is going like this and he's like not having a good time, and then he like speeds it up and he's like, we're gonna go for another round, and then he's like brace yourself. It's like, can you speed it the fuck up? Like, can we get to the point, bitch? Because I know we could have a potential good movie here, but you're taking so long to explain shit. I don't need a court case from Judge Judy to explain what's happening. Yeah. I get it. It's supposed to be scary, but let's just get there, please, sir.
I get you. And by the way, it's cool, guys. What's up, Nick? What's up, Nick? Hey, Glenn Harris has a good question before we continue with the review, too, by the way. He says, how did Grave Encounters 2 happen? And that's a funny-ass story.
Because the brothers were vicious.
They're
their stalking of us.
Look,
they're very vicious.
We reviewed, and this is way back when we were early, so we were really in the shittiest portion of our YouTube career. And we're doing...
You're in the Acura. You're in the Acura.
We're in the 92 Ford Taurus with the broken bumper. But
that shit that just came out the shop.
We used to do a show called Netflix Nuggets, and which was very stupid because, and it was my idea, but it was very stupid because I'm like, yeah, dude, Netflix nuggets. Everybody watches Netflix. Let's do Netflix reviews. But what you don't realize is that Netflix takes their shit off. So every day I get a comment that's like, dude, this isn't a fucking Netflix dick. I'm like, so it was then. I'm sorry. But anyways, we reviewed.
Maybe in the Octagon then. Maybe in the Octagon.
Were you
wear
in
your
the Corps?
favorite affliction. Wear your favorite affliction shirt and your bandana.
I didn't know you was in the Corps. But
you ain't no brother to me.
we reviewed Grave Encounters, and the Vicious Brothers emailed us, the guys who directed Grave Encounters 1 and 2, and they're like, hey, can we take a clip from that and put it in our new movie? And we were like, duh. And he was like, yeah, man, we'll send you guys copies of the DVD or whatever. We never got those.
We were supposed to get posters and shit.
Yeah, I know. We never got shit.
He promised us, like, dude, they were like, I don't want to talk ill about people like that, but they were like the guy that rolls up in a white van, and they're like, hey, if you get in here, I'm going to give you a fucking Easter basket full of all sorts of goods. You're going to find some baseball cards. You're going to find some bubble gum, and a poster, and a DVD. Take your pants off. Let me touch it. And then you take your pants off, and you get paid nothing. Zilch. It felt like Anna Nicole Smith fucking that old guy for no reason.
Let me be honest. Oh, yeah. No, let's be honest, though, real quick. Like, no fucking qualms with that whatsoever. I feel like
I had a good time. It was good.
Like Bill Hader in Forgetting Sarah Marshall was just like, I have no qualms with sticking you. I got no qualms with it whatsoever because we got to be in a fucking movie. So that was cool as shit.
You know what's going to happen? We just talked a little shit. These motherfuckers are going to show up at our house like in White Man Can't Jump. The Scooby Brothers or whatever. They're going to fucking try to like hang out and wait for us.
I still don't own a copy of the only fucking feature film we're in. Do you?
No, I don't own it.
I don't know either, but I remember that night.
I remember we made it. Hey, we had a good time doing it. It was really fun for us. And you know what? Honestly, it's a good movie if you watch it in conjunction with the first one. Like you have to watch it back to back. But yeah. That's what that was.
We watched, Don Harrison. We watched What We Do in the Shadows. We did commentary for it, like a full commentary on the movie, on the Patreon. But yeah, no, that was cool as fuck though, man. Because that night that it came out, we had a little get together at the house. It was supposed to release on VOD at like midnight. We got real drunk. We hung out.
Paid out a little extra for Papa John's.
Yeah, we turned. Yeah, it's a special night. It's a special night. We got two toppings, but
it's classic.
We rented it on VOD and we sat back and we watched that shit. And when we popped up for like our 8 seconds, we were like, "It's cool." That was us. I had like fucking fat Mitch McConnell neck. I was like, "They're growing cars."
I remember watching it. We looked at each other like, and then nobody else was impressed. Like nobody else was impressed. And you're like, that was us. And they're like, yeah, okay, because it was like one of those flash in the pan because they were showing different vloggers at the very beginning of the movie, and me and Mike had like a 2-second thing, and I felt like I had fucking Macy Gray's dick in my mouth when I said Grave Encounters. And I was like, that's fucking hot. That shit is hot as shit. That looks good.
That's hot.
I was like, hey, we're gonna be superstars, man. We gotta start like bolting the doors down because Hollywood's coming knocking. And then no one ever came.
Don, send me a message, dude. I'll send you the link to it for free. You don't have to even sign up for that shit, man. Just email me. WeWatchTheMovie2@gmail.com. I'll send you a link to it. Papa John's. I'm gonna give him a slice. He gonna give a slice.
And Papa John's. They got the combo deal going.
But no, okay. So back to. I'm sorry I threw us off topic there for a second. I just want to answer that because that was a fun story. But yeah, Creep, man. You know what? Honest, genuine respect to this movie because again, I never ever say this about a movie. I get mad when people do it. Like I know you and Cody do that sometimes. Even if it's your favorite movie and you know every beat of it, like Bloodsport or whatever. Whenever someone will fast forward a movie to the parts they like, it bothers me because I'm a completist. I'm like, no, you got to start to the finish. This is honestly a movie that at least once you've seen it, like I could see going back to watch this and I would watch the first 20, 30 minutes of it maybe, and then I would fast forward to the last 20, 30 minutes of the movie and watch it because it does go through a really slow phase. And I think that they knew how good the aesthetic looked. I think they knew how good Babyface looked. and how fucked up it was because he was sawing people and you could hear that shit and it was like it was fucked up and
Yeah,
it was
it was
scary.
good. It was good. Yeah.
But all the
Let's just call him.
magic's in the end.
Let's call him Scaby Moby.
Scaby Moby.
Scaby Moby. Yeah.
Moby, you can get stomped by Obi. You 32 ball headed blow me.
He got stomped by Obi. That's what he looks like now.
But the end of the movie is well worth watching, man. It's a nice survival / monster / slasher flick. I give it a straight 7, and I really loved how it ended because when she comes out of it, and I love final girls when they come out of those moments and they're all fucked up and nasty looking and shit like that. And we won't spoil too much because it's a movie I recommend people going to watch, and I bet a lot of people haven't seen it. But when she comes out and she was always so shitty to like the homeless people and like such a shitty person.
Dude, but she got called out on that. He's like, you are a cheeky little smart ass bitch.
She's like, you don't have to be a bitch.
She's like,
bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm not really interested in your Discovery Life channel. Like, bitch, I just heard you talk and scream about somebody stalking you.
So have you got a fag? I was like, thank God I watched Dave Chappelle because I wouldn't know what the fuck he meant.
On more than one thing.
But yeah, the way that it ends with she's sitting up there and she's all fucked up and they start like throwing money to her. I thought that was a really cool like tie-in. And I can't say enough about the look and the aesthetic effect of Babyface McGregorton 7. And he was scary, dude. When he pulled out that knife and went Versailles, I was like, ah! I did not know what to do.
Yeah, so you gave it a higher score than what I was going to give it. I was going to give it like a 6.5. Mm-hmm. And I was flirting with a 6.0. And the only reason why I was doing that is because I feel like the movie itself could have benefited from a lot of trimmed fat. I think there was a lot shit going on. And I feel like in a way, in the beginning of the movie, and 30 minutes in, they didn't know what kind of movie they wanted. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like it was kind of like bouncing a little bit. Like, it felt like, well, is this a revenge movie? Is this going to be a creature feature? Is this going to be a stalky kind of movie? Is this going to be this or that or this? I didn't know. I just felt like kind of lost at, like, I understood what was going on. I understood how the plot was developing, but I just felt like the movie itself was just not really lending itself overall to the thriller aspect that it was trying to go for. By the time they got to the end, though, and also I will point out the fact that the surgery thing and the whole fucking, them finding like a nursery station and an operating room in the underground subway, and there's not really any kind of even minuscule information about that except for a fucking picture of goddamn Doc Ock and his fucking weird kid, that he finds. It's kind of like it feels random. It feels like almost haunted housey. It's like, okay, well, you got to throw something in. You got to throw a fucking scrubs that are bloodied, and you got to saw this girl's vagina in half because that's what you do when you're out of vodka. That's what you do. Like, it just felt like it was thrown in.
Yeah.
But once it gets to the end and you start getting more of a chase kind of alien, like an Alien or The Descent kind of thing where this thing is coming at you and you don't know. But even toward the end, though, like, it got weird because it's like he was looking at her and he was smack her around and he was like kept touching her face. He was like,
that was weird when he was like,
do something, do something, do something, do something. I'm the bad guy. Do something.
The bad guy has left the building.
I just felt like the movie bounced around a lot. Like, I just felt like it didn't have a solid plot. I get what the idea was at the end. By the time that we're at the end of the movie, she has basically become the homeless chick at the very beginning of the movie. So it's a flip on social, issues.
It was a nice
she came off as hoity-toity, and now she's in the fucking same stage as Fiona Apple in Criminal. Like, she looks just like that bitch crawling out of fucking like the closet. But and I get that, but it's like, God, man, can you just get to the fucking point?
I'm gonna look like Fiona Apple in the Criminal video at the end of the quarantine. They're gonna open up the closet and they're just gonna find me laying there in a fucking tube top, like fucking covered in vodka bottles, like trying to be sexy, but like I look like I haven't slept in a month. You gotta look in your eye like you ain't been fucked in a year.
You're gonna look like the dude from Big Lebowski.
Oh, I gotta pee, but that's okay. Dude, yeah, that's right. Glenn and Greg, they got us to autograph the Grave Encounters 2 posters. Like, you thought that was cool for you. That was cool for us. Like, that
because we never got our motherfucking posters.
I know. Like, we got to, like, at least we got something out of that transaction.
Yeah, you know what? And by the way, this shit is live. So I swear to God, Vicious Brothers, I didn't Mike scripted this before we started, and he told me to say that against you. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, you know, we were really young
We're
in
just
our
happy to
YouTube
be in a
stuff.
fucking movie, you know?
Yeah, send us a moon pie and we'll have a drink. I don't know, but I gotta be honest. I gotta tell you guys the truth. We were promised something.
What'd you do? Jay, what'd you do? You broke it. You pulled that shit out like a gun clip. Like you meant it. Are you good? Are you good?
Yeah.
He's back. He gonna do what?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, dude. You know what? You know, it's weird. It's like when you do something that's bad, and you know it's rough, and you know you just did something that you're gonna go to jail for, but you're like so intoxicated, you're like, I don't care. And then your friend is like, "Oh shit!" You're like, "Oh, fuck." I literally thought I broke the fucking headset. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, it was a great time. I love the Vicious Brothers, and I hope we do more.
I just got scared. I didn't want you to break your shit. But yeah, okay, guys, and thank you, Kels, who's, by the way, a fucking dope person.
He's really
all
nice.
of you guys are dope. Thank you for all the Patreons that made tonight's reviews happen. Again, times are weird. You know, we're just doing what we can. We usually do these for the Wham video things, but we figured, why not? Let's just get a bunch of fucking Patreons. So, like, next week, maybe we'll do another one of these where we do, like, 3 reviews in one night. We can really just dive deep into the crack of
We should do the entire Matrix trilogy.
Someone's got to ask for it first, you whore.
Well, I'm gonna be a Patreon and ask for it.
Yeah, you got to do that shit first, dick. But Frank Knight, we'll do a couple questions from the chat before we go. Frank Knight Rises. That's hilarious. His name is the Frank Knight Rises.
He's not only the Punisher, but he's fucking Batman.
He says, you guys were wait, where'd he go? Who took custody of Wham Jesus? I have Wham Jesus locked away in a. You know what? I'm gonna go get him. Go get him.
Don't fucking touch
I'm
it.
gonna show you.
No. See, guys, why do you fucking do this? Like, you encourage shit. I feel like we're like asking Ed and Lorraine Warren to go break into their fucking secret cabinets and pull out haunted shit and be like, "Hey, look at this. Nothing bad will happen to you." We know that it will. They painted its eyes shut, for God's sake. I don't want this in my life. I don't need this in my life. He's kissing his dog. It's weird.
At 8:37 this morning, I activated myself.
I can't see it, thank God. I don't want to see it.
Oh God, who's creeped out? Who's fucking creeped out right now?
I was telling him, it's like Ed and Lorraine Warren breaking into their cabinet and pulling out fucking Annabelle.
Oh, this is me 3 weeks into quarantine. Ooh.
Yeah, why don't you just put that back?
Here, guy. I'm gonna put it on your camera, Jay, so you can see it. You see that?
Get it off! Get it off! I feel like I'm gonna have to do the whole fucking Exorcist scene in the fucking first movie.
Bad boys, boys.
I need a young priest and an old priest.
What you gonna do when he comes for you?
You're gonna die, motherfucker, and burn in hell, bitch.
It's Wham Jesus!
God, yeah, I can't wait. You know, if we die and like, hey, what do you think about Wham Jesus? We get to pearly gates, like, I just thought it was a joke.
Wham Jesus says to do your church services from home with a fucking webcam, you assholes.
I think you've gone too far now, Mac.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, we're going to hell.
Quincy Ocha, I would say, I would also say to you,
Don Harrison said, sick.
Use Claudio. I'm doing fake Catholic.
Woo!
Nominos Patrias, don't blame me, sir.
It feels good on the whole.
Nominos Patrias, don't blame me, sir.
Sim sim salabim.
You put that motherfucker back in the locked cabinet.
Sim sim salabim.
You're like every horror character that dies within the first 15 minutes. Hey, I just found this weird like antique item at the flea market. Oh, they say it's haunted. I think it's stupid.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna do that. Why'd you make me do that? Jesus Christ, we gotta go. No, I didn't mean to say.
Get it done. Oh yeah.
My mother was right about us. We gotta go.
First objects.
We gotta get out of here.
Bye. I'm leaving.
Well,
I gotta go douse myself in fucking holy flame.
bye.
Bye.
Seriously, yeah, Ross Anderson said too soon. Fuck. All right. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us so late. And thanks for being here on a Tuesday, Wednesday, 4597 Wednesday, Tuesday night. We won't have a live stream tomorrow. On Friday. What is tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
Friday night, we have the Hallow stream on Lee McCoy's channel, so be there for that shit if you do. And on Saturday, we're going to do the Patreon live stream. So if you want to join the Patreon, now's a really good time. Once a month, we get together with the Patreons only in the top 2 tiers, and we listen to some fucking music, because YouTube can't deny us that on those nights.
Yeah, we can.
We fucking party hard, like Andrew WK style, and it's going to be a lovely time. So, Patrons, we'll see you guys Saturday night. Everybody else, we'll see you guys Friday night. And we fucking love you guys for being here and hanging out with us. And thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your quarantine night. It's going to be okay.
Love you, sexuals. Love you, sexuals. Let's get naked together soon.
Hey, Shay, look at the camera. It's Wham Jesus!
Fuck! That wasn't a camera! You son of a bitch. I looked at its fucking eyes, dude. I feel like I was like in the ring. Just,